In the heart of an emerald valley, surrounded by towering mountains that kiss the sky, lay the picturesque village of Sunera. Its beauty was unparalleled, a place where nature's symphony played all day, and the scent of wildflowers lingered in the breeze. A sparkling river wove through the village like a silver ribbon, its gentle flow carrying life to the fields and forests beyond. Sunera was alive with color. Golden wheat swayed in the fields, cherry blossoms adorned the trees, and the homes were painted in hues of vibrant reds, yellows, and blues. Laughter echoed in the cobblestone streets, where children played under the warm sun, and elders shared stories by the riverbank. But beneath the village's idyllic surface, life was not always perfect. Hardships visited Sunera just as often as they did any other place, testing the resilience of its people. Among them was a young man named Kabir, known for his calm demeanor and an uncanny ability to see light even in the darkest moments. Kabir's life had been anything but easy. Orphaned at a young age, he was raised by his grandmother, who taught him that life's trials were like storms. They could break you or strengthen you, depending on how you face them. When the world gives you darkness, she would say, be the one to light the lamp. This lesson became Kabir's guiding principle. While others crumbled under pressure, Kabir always managed to find hope. Some admired him for it. Others thought his optimism was naive. One year, Sunera faced a calamity that would test the very fabric of the village. A violent storm swept through the valley, the likes of which no one had ever seen. The river overflowed, fields were submerged, and houses collapsed like cards. When the skies cleared, the village was left in ruins. Despair hung heavy in the air as the villagers surveyed the damage. We've lost everything, they murmured. How will we rebuild? Amidst the wreckage, Kabir stood silently, his gaze fixed on the horizon. He could feel the weight of their despair, but he knew that wallowing in misery would change nothing. That evening, as the villagers gathered to discuss their plight, Kabir spoke up. The storm has taken much from us, he began, his voice steady, but it has not taken our spirit. We cannot undo what's happened, but we can decide what happens next. His words stirred something in the crowd. What do you suggest, Kabir? Asked Zara, a farmer who had lost her entire crop. We rebuild, he said simply, together. We clear the rubble, repair our homes, and replant our fields. And while we work, we remember that no storm lasts forever. What we create will be stronger than what was destroyed. The villagers exchanged doubtful glances. It's easy to talk, Kabir, muttered one man. But look around. Everything is gone. Where do we even begin? Kabir stepped forward, picking up a single broken brick. We begin with this, he said, holding it up. One brick, one step, one day at a time. That's how we'll rebuild Sunera. Moved by his determination, a small group joined him the next morning. Together they began clearing the debris. Kabir worked tirelessly, his hands blistered and his back aching, but he never complained. He encouraged others, reminding them of the beauty their village once held and the promise of what it could become. At first, progress was slow. Many villagers, overwhelmed by the enormity of the task, gave up. Gossip began to spread. Kabir is wasting his energy, some said. He's chasing an impossible dream. But Kabir refused to let their negativity deter him. Doubt is like a shadow, he told those who remained. It grows when you stop moving. Keep working, and the light will drive it away. Weeks turned into months, and slowly Sunera began to rise from the ashes. Fields that had been drowned in floodwaters were tilled and planted anew. The riverbanks were reinforced, and houses were rebuilt stronger than before. Trees were planted where the storm had uprooted old ones, their saplings a symbol of resilience. One day Zara approached Kabir, her face lit with a mix of gratitude and curiosity. How do you do it? She asked. How do you stay positive when everything seems so hopeless? Kabir paused, looking out at the fields they had replanted together. It's not that I don't see the hardship, he said. I feel it, just like everyone else. But I've learned that focusing on the negative only magnifies it. Positivity isn't about ignoring reality. It's about choosing to believe in a better one. When you focus on solutions, not problems, you find the strength to keep going. Zara nodded, her own perspective beginning to shift. So it's about perspective, she said. Exactly, Kabir replied. The storm destroyed much, but it also gave us fertile soil. It broke bridges, but it showed us how to build stronger ones. Every challenge is an opportunity if we choose to see it that way. The villagers who had once doubted Kabir began to see the truth in his words. They returned to help, inspired by the transformation they saw, not just in their village, but in themselves. By the end of the year, Sunera was more beautiful than it had ever been. The fields were lush with crops, the houses sturdy and welcoming, and the riverbanks alive with greenery. The village had not only rebuilt what was lost, but had created something even better. One evening, as the sun set over Sunera, casting its golden glow over the villagers gathered to thank Kabir. You taught us more than how to rebuild, an elder said. You taught us how to see the light in the darkest times. Kabir smiled, his heart swelling with pride and humility. The storm may have tested us, he said, but it also revealed our strength. Positivity is not just about staying hopeful. It's about taking action, lifting others, and believing that even the worst situations can lead to the best outcomes. From that day forward, Sunera became known not just for its natural beauty, but for the unshakable spirit of its people. Kabir's story became a legend, a tale told to inspire future generations to see every storm as an opportunity to grow stronger. And so, the art of positive thinking turned a devastated village into a thriving community, proving that even in the face of overwhelming adversity, the human spirit can prevail.